Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Nettie Liddell.
And that's Brett Chapin.
We are talking to the incredibly talented musical theater actress Daisy Eagan. With any questions for Daisy, go ahead and give us a call at 1-800-336-2225 and get your 2 free tickets to Rabbit Hole at Theater Palisades or The Last Days of Judas Iscariot at Studio Stages. Hi, Daisy.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of your other experience in stage. You worked on James Joyce's The Dead after The Secret Garden. What was that experience like, and how did you enjoy it?
That was such a beautiful show. I didn't have a lot of exposure to James Joyce before that, and The Dead is a short story in one of his collections. And it's such a beautiful story. And I'd also never seen the film. It was a John Huston film made of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so atypical, of a musical. It was very quiet and small, and it really did feel like you were looking in the window, into this sort of group's life for the night. And I was thrilled to be a part of it. I mean, the cast was incredible. Blair Brown and Chris Walken and Sally, holy cow, Marnie Nixon and Sally somebody or other that's totally going out of my head at the moment. It was a great cast, and everybody was so talented, and it was a joy to be a part of, really.
That's not a bad day if you're going to work and you're going to be seeing Christopher Walken there. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
Excellent.
I actually have a kind of a interest. I don't know, whatever. I was just wondering, because I was looking at your IMDb, and it just seems like you were exposed to like so much, like as a kid into your adult ages. Like I mean, the material that you were exposed to as an artist, basically. I mean, like I was looking at Ripe, and you were like kind of provocative kids who were abused, and your parents died, and you ran away. I mean, did that shape your childhood at all? I mean, did that make you?
I don't think it did. I mean, the experience did of obviously, everything sort of shapes who we are, but I don't think that the story of it did at all. I think as actors we have to know how to detach, and we have to know how to, separate life from fiction, and if we don't, we can get in trouble, which actually I think is, can be a pitfall for younger actors.
Oh yeah.
But no, I don't think it really did. I'm proud of that movie. I mean, I think people have very different reactions to that movie. People either love it or really dislike it. But I'm proud of that movie. I'm proud of the work that I did in it, and I like the message that Mo Ogrodnik was sending in it, even though I think it makes people uncomfortable. The truth of the matter is, especially these days, girls are sexual, and you can ignore that or you can deal with it. And I think Mo was really trying to face that head on, and I think she did a good job with it.
Yeah, I think as an artist, it's your job to ask those questions and make waves. And I mean, does it really affect you, like in a major way, what people say, what critics say? I mean, personally, or do you just try and pretend like that's not a part of your world?
It does affect me. I'd like to say that I don't read reviews, but I do, and I am very affected by it. I mean, any actor who says that they don't care what critics say, I think are not really being honest.
Yeah.
Because we are, what we're doing up there is trying to communicate with the audience. Yeah. And when the voice of the audience, i.e. the critic, unfortunately, comes out and says that you didn't do your job, it hurts,
Yeah.
Especially if you're pouring, so much energy and love into something. But I think I've gotten to a place in my career where I know I'm going to get bad reviews. Everybody gets a bad review here and there. and all I can do is just chalk it up to one person's opinion. I mean, I've read plenty of reviews of other things, that I've totally disagreed with, so I just try to keep that in mind. And I've gotten bad reviews for things that I've also gotten really good reviews for.
Huh. Interesting.
So
does it?
I just try to chalk it up to opinion.
Does it shape your performance at all? Is it stuff
No.
you try? Okay, good. That's awesome.
Not at all. Yeah, no. You can't let that kind of thing, affect your performance. I mean, I suppose, if you're in previews and your feedback that you're getting from friends or whatever is consistently one thing that needs to change, then yeah, you should probably sit down with your director and say, look, this is the feedback I'm getting, and let's work on that. But no, I think, a lot of critics, and I'm going to get flack for this, but a lot of critics are, sad people.
The critic.
I mean, I can't really imagine wanting to do that job, but...
Me neither. It's got to be a difficult job. And I think that you also get into trouble when you start listening to even the good criticisms, even the good things. I think it applies for that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I guess it's not really about that, It's just about...
I mean, as long as you feel like you're making a good connection with your audience and you feel good about the work that you're doing on stage, that really should be what you walk away with at the end of the night, and all the rest is, take.
Is that your goal as a performer every night, to really connect with your audience and to really feel that connection? Is that part of your goal?
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, definitely. And there have certainly been times where I've, come off from a scene and felt like, I did not have them tonight, and it's very disappointing. And somebody once said to me, well, you shouldn't be worried about whether or not the audience is laughing. And I'm like, actually, yeah, I should. That's my job, is to make them laugh. So if they're not, then I'm doing my job wrong.
How could you not worry about that at least a little bit? Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. All right. Well, we're being shoved off to commercial again, just as we're getting good here.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys, because we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. If you have any questions for Daisy Eagan, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225 and get your tickets to Rabbit Hole and The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. And we'll be back in just a minute on La La Land with Brett and Nett, right here on CRN Digital Talk.